One has come and gone, and I'm gonna be honest, it was a mixed bag of a show. Now I'm gonna have my biasness, I'm gonna have my realisticness, I'm gonna have my the IWC's crying stuff. Let's be honest. Jey Uso vs Gunther to open WrestleMania was the perfect opener, in my opinion, for this show. And the reason is because it had stakes on it. It had, this is biggest moment for Jey Uso, he has to win. The crowd was electric throughout this entrance. Now, there was a problem, though, with the crowd for most of the night after this match. I don't know if yeeting basically killed them completely. Their voices died after this match. Because they were dead as hell for a long time. Which did ruin some matches. Gunther came out with a great little entrance. Obviously, he had his 3-0 record versus Jey Uso. Now, online, everybody was like, we want Gunther to win. Jey Uso didn't deserve this, blah, blah, blah. I am a Jey Uso fan. I wanted Jey Uso to win. But I mostly wanted it to be a good match. Because I remember WrestleMania last year, JD Jimmy. And not even I can give any reason to say that's a match anyone should ever watch again. Unless they want to put themselves into a coma. So can I sit here and say that this was a good match? Yes, I can. The back and forth was really good. Jay stealing Gunther's moves was perfect for the story on how to beat Gunther. You be Gunther. He hit the lariat. He hit the clothesline. He hit the power bomb. He hit 3 Uso splashes onto Gunther. That wasn't enough. Jay hasn't been able to pin Gunther, so what does he do? He goes and taps him out. A lot of people online were very frustrated by the way Gunther tapped out to Jey Uso. Mid-card Jey Uso. Main mid-card Jey. I'm not. I think it was perfect. I think the story needed it. It was the perfect thing. I don't think Jay's able to beat pin Gunther, so maybe Gunther could have held on in the submission for a bit longer. Because he did tap really quickly. But apart from that, I think this was a solid opener. I think the story was great going into this. I've seen no people give much credit to it. I've seen him get most dislikes right on YouTube. The problem is, everybody, Jay won the title, so you're going to have to see him hold it for at least a couple of days. At least. I don't think Jay's going to have a long title reign. Personally, I think the man who stole WrestleMania is going to take this title straight off Jey Uso. But this was perfect. I really enjoyed it, and I think Jace had a solid match. He had a great moment with his brother Jimmy, who came in the ring and he wears black hoodie, and I thought, oh god, is he turning on Jay? No, thankfully no. But I didn't hate this. I thought it was a good match. Solid performance from Jay. Definitely improved on every match he's had with Gunther. Definitely improved on that Jimmy match last year. Good start to WrestleMania. And then the crowd just died. I just don't know if it was the tap out which killed the crowd as well. Because yeah, I will get into it quickly. Gunther tapping out? Mad. Maybe putting him to sleep and Gunther just passing out would have been better. That's my last thing on that match. We had the War Raiders versus the New Day in a tag team title match on WrestleMania. Not the SmackDown tag titles, which have had a better build and a much better story and much better matches. I didn't really care about this match. I went downstairs, blink and you miss it, the New Day champions. Okay, I went and rewatched it. I wish I didn't. It was shockingly boring. New Day and the War Raiders are a good tag team. I think the problem was it's just not meant to be on WrestleMania. And maybe I was also quite tired, because I did in fact watch some of the show actually when I got this morning instead, which was a lot better. I enjoyed the main event a lot. Jade Cargill defeated Naomi in a solid match. The crowd was a bit more up for this one again. Naomi hit some great moves. Jade hit this really cool powerbomb and then hit the Jaded. Quick match, good match. Performance was great. I thought Naomi should have won personally, but happy days. It was a good old match. Jade looks great in the ring. Yeah. Jacob Fatu and LA Knight stole the show back for WrestleMania. This match was perfect. I was falling asleep at points, and then bang, they put this banger of a match on, and I'm locked in. This is all great. Jacob Fatu's hitting crazy moves. LA Knight catches Jacob out of midair with a BFT. Jacob gets to the ropes just in time. boom, the moonsault, hits one, boom, hits the second one, bang. New United States champion. LA Knight's title reign lasted 43 days, and that was it. I think time for him to win Money in the Bank. Perfect match. This brought the crowd right back up. The levels of the crowd was so much better after this. This was great. A fantastic match. Was match of night for a while. Grande Americana versus Rey Fenix was to follow. Obviously, Rey Mysterio couldn't compete in this match after his knee injury on SmackDown. I didn't have any high hopes for this on a storytelling basis because it was just strung together. But I liked the little promo package they did before it. I'm a sucker for this stuff. I quite liked El Grande Americano's entrance. Rey Fenix getting a match at WrestleMania is really cool as well. Then they went with the same finish that was going to happen with Rey Mysterio and El Grande Americano. So Rey Mysterio was going to lose. El Grande Americano put the metal plates into his mask again. And then Rey Fenix kicked him, which really hurt his foot because it kicked the metal plate. Then Grande hit him with a mid-air headbutt when Rey was jumped, and then bang, headbutt. And then he jumped off the top, hit the diving headbutt. 1, 2, 3. Rey Fenix was pretty much protected, I would say, because, yeah, it was like a legal thing with the metal plate in his head. A lot of people have an issue with El Grande Americano. I enjoyed the match. I know it's Chad Gable. I don't know when we're going to unmask him, but I really thought it was a good match. And again, the crowd was up for this one. It was a good, solid match. Next up was the match which everyone was nervous about, was if Charlotte Flair was going to sandbag, if Tiffany Stratton was going to sandbag, if either of them were actually going to have a match or just fight. And let's just get into it. The entrance for Tiffany Stratton was really cool. She came out in like a Barbie dollhouse thing. That was pretty funny, actually. But let's get to the match. Tiffany Stratton was a star in this match. Charlotte Flair was just trying to rough her up the whole time. I enjoyed the match for the unpredictability of I'm going to hate myself if Charlotte Flair wins again. And it had me on the edge of my seat thinking Charlotte was going to win. And that's what made me enjoy it, because it had real drama in it. Tiffany, I think, had like 4 chipped teeth after this match as well. Yeah, there was a lot of rough shots in this match. There was a lot of sandbagging from Charlotte. I did rewatch this just to see if I was being too critical. I wasn't. Charlotte was really just trying to punch the living daylights out of Tiffany, and I didn't mind it. It wasn't a bad match. I think it was quite good. For the fact I think both of them actually do have legitimate heat with each other, it was a good match. And Tiffany Stratton beat Charlotte Flair. I cannot believe it. Tiffany survived Charlotte Flair. For now. Charlotte Flair to win Money in the Bank, confirmed. Charlotte Flair to win anything, confirmed. Charlotte Flair to just randomly get a title shot on SmackDown, probably confirmed. Good match, personally, for everything issues they have with each other and the like nerves I had going into it. Good match. On a technical ability, shocking match. But based on the whole story, I just liked it, and it made me more interested in the match than I should have been. I think the matches, so like the Jade match was good. Then we had the great match Jacob LA Knight. Then we had Rey versus Grande Americana, and then Tiffany Charlotte. Kind of brought me back to enjoying this Mania, because as much as I enjoyed Jay winning, apparently I was the only one enjoying that Jay match. Everyone else was critical as hell. I didn't even think this was a bad WrestleMania, personally. Apart from the War Raiders New Day match was pretty boring. But anyway, let's get into what basically saved WrestleMania 41, as people were saying to me. CM Punk with Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns in a phenomenal triple threat main event with the stakes so high. Oh my god, this match. Seth came out with a sick entrance with a flamethrower. Man came out with a flamethrower. Oh, it was so cool. And then the lights dimmed, and he came out in like his Messiah kind of gear, vibe, robe thing. Really cool. Really cool. Loved it. The entrances were superb. Roman came out alone, which is still crazy to see. And he had behind him all like the and a Wwe family dynasty of winners and everything, which had Jey Uso up there now. Roman's entrance was really cool though, and then CM Punk came out with living colour. The cult personality was live. We also had this Fire Burns video package. Paul Heyman looked like he was having the time of his life. Little did we know that Paul Heyman was about to do some crazy stuff. This was absolutely brilliant. This was the epitome of why these three should have main evented Mania. I know people wanted Io versus Bianca versus Rhea to main event, but oh my good God in heaven above, this deserved it by miles. The match was brilliant. The story was brilliant. Everything about it was brilliant. But let's just get into the chaos. So we've got down to it. There's been spears, there's been stomp, there's been pedigrees, there's been GTSs, there's been Superman punches. Near fall after near fall after near fall. Everyone's down after a spear turned into a GTS, turned into a stomp from Seth. So Roman speared Punk. Then Seth stomped Punk. Or is it the other way around? I can't remember. Everyone was down. Heyman picks up a chair. At this point I'm thinking, oh my God, is Heyman about to smack Roman in the back with a chair? I mean, seriously, Roman catching this money strays? But no. Instead, he handed Punk the chair. And then he low-blowed CM Punk. I couldn't believe it. Apparently, I was the only one as well, because everyone else, when I've seen the reactions, like, oh yeah, we knew that was going to happen. I don't know, maybe I'm just out of the loop. I've been watching every week, but I wanted to see Heyman with Punk for a bit longer. Be low-blowed Punk. I was like, oh my God, okay. He handed the chair to Roman. I was like, oh, well, so he's aligned himself with Roman again. No, he low-blowed Roman Reigns as well. He low-blowed both of them in the same match. Paul Heyman, you snake. But you cinematic snake. He had no remorse. No remorse. When he did it to Punk, he had remorse in his face. To Roman, God, I've never seen him so angry in my life. He handed Seth the chair. And again, the shot was brilliant. Roman's on the ropes. Bang! The chair to the back. Just like he did in the Shield days. Heyman's watching, laughing in the corner. This was brilliant. Seth hit the stomp on Roman. Roman takes the pin. Seth gets the win. Paul Heyman's aligned himself with Seth Rollins. I still can't believe it. Because I know people figured it could happen. Someone put it on Instagram and everything. Blah, 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 this, that. But predictions from the internet don't always come true. And this did. Seth Rollins aligned himself with Paul Heyman or the other way around. And they left together with their chair in hand. Seth laughed. Roman was basically crying walking up the ramp. I do feel bad for Roman because Jimmy turned on him, Jay turned on him, Sammy turned on him, Seth turned on him, Paul Heyman turned on him. Who the hell hasn't turned on him? Dean Ambrose, but he's never returned. If Dean was in WWE now, this story would be even cooler. It would be crazy if we ever get Dean to return. Don't know what Roman's doing now because I thought Roman versus Punk was the SummerSlam match. I don't see how you could go after Punk now. Does Roman take a break? Probably. Does Roman even return this year? Probably not. Generally, probably not. I don't think Roman's going to be back for a while again. Do we need Roman back? I don't know, because who does Seth feud with? Is he about to take the title off Jey Uso? Probably. I do believe he's probably going to just take the title straight off Jey. Heyman is with Seth Rollins. That is incredible. They walk out of WrestleMania together. Night 1 was a mixed bag. It was good. It was bad. It was good. It was better. It was very good. And then it was stupendous, phenomenal, whatever you want to call it these days. CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins take a bow. Triple threat matches Raw, but this was fantastic. Never, ever, ever doubt these three men ever again. And WrestleMania ended with Heyman and Seth going up the ramp. And that's how night 1 of WrestleMania ends. Also got to say, the Stand and Deliver was a fantastic show. Javon Evans unfortunately didn't beat Obafemi, but their match was brilliant. We have a new Women's North American Champion, Saruka won. Ricky Starks or Ricky Saints retained against Ethan Page. Stephanie Vaquer retained against Jordan Grace, Julia, and Jada Parker. And we have new tag team champions in NXT as what was their name? Hank and Tank beat Axiom and Fraser. Axiom lost for the first time in ages. And also Tony D'Angelo family broke up as Stacks turned on Tony D. But nothing could have prepared myself for the double turn at WrestleMania Night 1.